Why on earth would you only put one spouse on the mortgage? Well, you could be getting a lower payment if you do. We're going to talk about those scenarios next. Hey there, this is Ryan Skaggs, and this is the Mortgage Minute. Thank you so much for tuning in. This channel is dedicated to everything mortgage, real estate, and interest rates, and we're going to start with those interest rates. So the average 30-year fixed up to 5.66 according to Freddie Mac. You can check out the link below. It gives you a great historical average. For instance, in April, we saw rates around 4.99, so about 0.5% below. In June, even kind of late June or so, about 60 days ago, we saw rates almost approaching 5.81 on the average 30-year fix. So again, that link is below. You can see the historical kind of week to week, year to year, decade to decade overall kind of change in interest rates. While you're down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and click that bell icon to be notified as I'm putting out weekly videos on the channel. I would be forever grateful for the subscribe. Now, let's talk about the topic today, and that is, why would you put one spouse? So you got to assume we've got a married couple in this scenario. Why on earth would you only do one of the two? And first and foremost, I want you to get into the narrative or the train of thought is, mortgages are like a pass-fail in school. There's not a lot of logic. If I make $1 more than what I need to get underwritten, I don't need that additional income from a spouse. Yeah, it's great to have. It's just extra documents, though. So if you qualify as one spouse, one individual, and you potentially have a higher credit score than the other, you could be getting better terms. If you have both of you on there, you could be getting slightly lower terms. Let me give you an example. Let's say one spouse has an 800 credit score, the absolute top tier for likely any lender out there. The next one would have a 730 FICO score, that spouse. Now, that 730 FICO score versus 800 might have an eighth or a quarter in rate higher of terms than that 800. So if that 800 FICO score, let's say, is the wife, and you can take the husband off, then keep the wife, qualify the income, you could be getting better terms. And a lot of time, loan officers that haven't been doing this role for a long time don't think about scenarios like that. So my tip to you, and especially if you're in a state that I'm not licensed in, you can check out my contact info below. I would love a chance to help you on your next purchase or refinance. But if you're out there in a state that I'm not licensed in, then here's a question that I'd be asking your loan officer. For instance, what is the next tier in credit? If I'm at 730, what's the next tier? Is that 740? Do I need to get to 740, loan officer? Okay, is there anything I can do right now? Could I maybe pay down some debt, or is there anything that I can do to be able to get there? See what they say, right? Understand where that next tier is, and if there is any change in your terms or your interest rate or programs by getting to that quote unquote next tier. So one thing in Illinois is that when you are married and you've got two individuals, married in the same household, if I'm on the mortgage, my wife still owns half that property. You want to go talk to your real estate attorney and get the specifics and the legal jargon for it. But overall, in summary, and many states are like this, my wife doesn't need to be on the mortgage, quote unquote, because she's already going to own half the property. That's by meaning going on title. She's going to own half of it. And if we get better terms by me being on or off of it, you should consider it. Think about that, right? And so this is kind of a no-brainer, but the last question I'd be asking the loan officer is there better terms if there's only one of us on the loan? Do we qualify, right? And if you do, think about it. If you have joint money, if you have money in, a joint savings account, the money's yours. The money's there for the transaction. Doesn't matter that the other individual's on or off the mortgage. So you definitely want to get into the detail, but it could absolutely save you some money monthly. And the duration of your mortgage, if you think outside the box, or your loan officer hopefully thinks outside the box, to be able to say, well, maybe we just put that higher credit score individual on, and if you qualify, that could be, a really nice savings for you. So